right, welcome everybody to another edition of RF Sports Radio. I'm joined by my co-host Royce Fisher here. Looking sharp today, your Maverick Blue.
Thank you. I'm on the master team today. Give them a little pep talk, a little pep talk. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a big game. We are here at Game 4, round 2, taking on the number 1 seed, Oklahoma City Thunder. We watched every game. We've been to every game. And it's been really a series to me based on the health of Luka.
Absolutely. Luka has played hurt. I mean, it seems like every game is a new injury. But he's really banged up. He said everything hurts.
Well, we got him in Game 4 tonight. So what do you think? I know they have him listed as questionable. Is he going to limp back out there like he did in Game 3, or what's going to happen, you think, in Game 4?
He almost has to. This game, the Mavericks need to win because they go back to Oklahoma City. And you want to win this game. They said the team that wins this game usually win the series.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but, they playing the number 1 seed. And I'm kind of shocked that they are 2-1 lead.
Yeah.
Over the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Everybody thought Oklahoma just run right through it, and play Denver.
Yeah.
I think people got something to say about that.
I think people forgot how young Oklahoma City was, honestly. You got to kind of go through those bumps, kind of get to
You got to knock on that door.
Yeah, you got to knock on the door, and then kind of before you can kind of learn how to win, so to speak, So, I think they'll win tonight. I want them to win tonight. Let me just say that. Well, Oklahoma City's gonna come out with everything. They're gonna make a lot of adjustments.
Absolutely.
They're gonna try their best to kind of switch things up and everything.
Right.
I've seen how they try to work in Josh Giddey a little bit. Didn't realize how big he was. He's doing 6'7" playing point guard.
Right.
So they're trying to mix him up a little bit, get some other guys involved, but they're gonna get their best punch, I think, today from Oklahoma City.
And absolutely. And for the Mavericks, other guys, the bench guys have to really step up tonight to take up the slack from Luka. P.J. Washington played a great game.
Yeah, he's been having a great series, really.
Yeah, I'm waiting on Jeff Green to break out. I'm waiting on Hardaway to break out. We got to have these 10 to 12, 15 points from those guys in order to make it a really good game.
Yeah. Well, let me just ask you, how do you feel like Kid's done? I know we got the extension during this series, but we've been critical about him this season. But how do you feel like he's done in this particular series?
I think he's done a great job. He's really our coach, the other coach. Max is hurt, so he's not putting Max in. So he's going with guys off the bench, P.J. Washington and Jeff Green.
Right.
So we'll see. But I think he's done a great job, and they're up 2-1. You can't complain about that.
Yeah.
But I think he has a good rapport with the players because he was a player. It makes a big difference. He knows a lot about playing in big games like this. So I'm pretty sure it's a big asset.
That extension, when they gave it to him, kind of said to me that they want to tie him to Luka and Kyrie as much as possible, kind of leaving the uncertainty in there. We know they got new ownership, who I've seen around, especially in Oklahoma City, kind of with the team now. It just seems weird not having Marcotte around all the time. Have these new people around, but it seems like they want to have a solid foundation of Kid, Luka, and Kyrie.
Yeah.
And I got to give it up to Kyrie. Kyrie's had an amazing series. What he's done in the second half of these games, in fourth quarter, closing these games out when Luka's not 100%.
He's been well behaved.
Yeah, he's been
no drama.
Great job, yeah.
Off the court and on the court. But now the smart thing to do is if it ain't broke, don't fix it, don't mess with it. And the Mavericks are doing good. Jim Polat, we know they went to the final. They didn't go last year. We know what happened. They just didn't go.
Yeah.
They gave up. This year, to come from where they were in the 8th spot, to come with the number 5, and to be in this situation right here, really tell a lot about what they can get this number 15.
Well, I'm excited, man. I'm looking forward. I think the Mavs get the win tonight. What you think?
I think they get the win.
At least I want them to win. I'm kind of on the fence based on what Oklahoma City's going to do. They're going to come out with everything. I don't know what new thing they're going to do, but I've been impressed with SGA's play. I've been impressed with Chet Holmgren, who's a rookie basically, but 7 foot plus. is down there balling, blocking shots, getting rebounds, making shots. They got a young team, but they're a well put together team.
And they are dangerous.
They are dangerous.
Very
Yeah.
good. They didn't get the number 1 seed by accident. They beat everybody to get the number 1 seed,
Right.
including Minnesota and Denver. So, yeah, I really don't want to make 2 trips back to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
I'd rather make one and get it over with.
Yeah. I got a feeling it could come back here at the very least. I think even if the Mavs win tonight, I think OKC is going to swing even harder in Game 5. So I have a feeling it's going to go to Game 6.
So, if you had a choice to play, who would you play? Minnesota or Denver? Who would you rather play?
I think anybody who wins that series is going to be tough to play.
Absolutely.
Both teams give the Mavs a really hard matchup problem because of their size down low and their skill down low. You know, Rudy Gobert to Cat to Jokic, Aaron Gordon. Their size and skill level down low is going to get the Mavs some problems. I mean, I like the way Gafford's played. I like how Lobby's played. But let's be honest, they've never been to a Western Conference Final.
I think I would rather play Denver.
You ready to play Denver?
Because of the size of Minnesota, you got 3 big guys on the front line.
Yeah.
Joker, no matter who they play, he's going to get here. You got to stop the other guys.
Yeah.
Caldwell Pope.
I think I'd rather play Minnesota. Only because Denver's the defending champs. They've been there before. They're going to be a little bit more calm. We've seen how they bounced back from down to 2 games already to tie the series. I mean, they've been there before. Minnesota will be their first time in the Western Conference Final. I think you can take advantage of that because, as you can see with the series now, they had a 2-game lead and they lost both of their home games.
Yeah, but size-wise, Dallas don't match up very well.
And they hardly match up to anybody.
Especially with Minnesota.
Yeah.
It'd be hard to match up with them. They're home to play live and gather. That's so much the size. But if they make it past this round, the Mavericks will give anybody a run for their money. So that's the main thing.
Well, let's talk about some of the other series before we get out of here. We talked a little bit about the Denver and Minnesota series. What about on the east side of things? How you feel about the Boston
and New York?
Boston, Cleveland, Indiana, New York.
Well, Boston's a shoe-in. We know that. Cleveland's not, we talk a lot about Cleveland before they went to the playoffs, but they snuck in there. They got a decent team. They won when they had to. A lot of injuries that helped them. They don't have a big man inside, so they've been getting. But everybody expects Boston to come out the East. Now the Indiana series is a whole different animal in New York.
Yeah.
New York has been balling, been winning late games in late 2 or 3 minutes, a minute left, seconds on the clock. But they're playing the same guys.
They got no choice.
7 guys rotation. Yeah, they run those guys to death. I think it showed last night. They were really fatigued.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Indiana come out there.
People thought Indiana was a fluke, when they made it to the final in the in-season tournament, made it to the final. People thought they were a fluke, but turns out they weren't a fluke. They actually a pretty well put together team, and I think they're better now with Siakam in there. So they're gonna be tough. I don't care who they play. If they beat New York, if they play Cleveland or Boston, it's gonna be a tough matchup either way.
And I like to see Carlisle versus Kidd. That would be something.
That would be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah, to see Carlisle go versus Kidd. Yeah, his old team. I thought about that today. That'd be. I like to see that. It'd be a real good matchup.
Yeah. Now I don't know about traveling back and forth to Indiana, but hey, I don't know about that. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess.
Well, I wonder will they be divided? Would have to fans root for Carlisle because they did bring a championship to Dallas. Our only championship. But at the same time, Kidd had some fans too, so it'll be interesting to see how they go.
Yeah, it would be. So it's funny because you think of the teams that are left in the NBA. There's only really 2 big market teams. There's Boston, there's New York. Dallas is a big market, but I love a small team. I love small teams. So it's interesting.
And that's gonna hurt the ratings a little bit because they want the big teams to match up. they would love to have LA in there.
Right.
But they do have New York and Boston, those are two big areas. And Dallas. But other than that, they're all small markets. I wonder how the ratings going to be. But I will say this, there's been some great playoff games this year. There's some nail biters. All of them came down to the wire.
Yeah.
I like to see these young players coming along. And none of the old guys are in the playoffs. Kyrie is the only one.
He's the oldest, yeah. He's the oldest guy left in the playoffs. Yeah.
And you got to look at Boston. They got playoff experience. But other than that, that's it. You know, all those guys, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, all those guys at home. And that's surprising to me because they're usually in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, we're here, guys, for Game 4. Live here at the American Airlines Center, getting ready for tip-off. We got to go catch some coaches, do some interviews. You got any predictions for the score? You think it's going to be a blowout? Think it's going to be a close game? What you think?
I'm going to say Dallas in 6. But could go 7.
Okay.
I wouldn't like to see it go 7 because 7 is anybody's game.
Yeah.
I would think it finish it in 6. But it all depends on Lucas here.
Yeah, it's going to be Lucas. I'm interested to see how he's out there tonight. I thought he would miss Game 3, being such an early start on Sunday. But he was out there, so.
Well, you know, even just to put him out there for Detroit, he can go. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, even limping, he's going to score 29. That's fine. We'll take
he
that.
can facilitate the ball. Then you can tell last game he kind of backed up a little bit. Let Kyrie take over the assignment, do distributing the ball. But he did a great job. I like to see Kyrie come out and establish himself early on instead of wait till the fourth quarter to do his thing. So get a lead, put them down, put them away early because they will come out with their best shot.
All right, but we're going to see, guys. We'll check back in with y'all after the game for a little more, a little upfront reaction after the game. And go for that. Make sure you guys stay tuned in. RF Sports Radio.